first in the dungeon, you'd actually come up here and looted some of these boxes.
That's what I figured it was.
And there's nothing there now.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to have Scrappy put the remaining 3 bodies I can't get into the bag.
Sure.
It's a convenient place to leave. Do you want to just take the bodies out of the bag in case we find more bodies and leave them with these 3?
No, it's a lot of work to get them in and out because you got to make sure the shoulders fit and everything.
It's just a big hassle.
All right.
Yeah, let's head back. Check that passage to the north.
So we're going up in this way?
Yep. My
I'll
vote is if we find more, like, at least in this area, if we find some locked doors, we leave them alone.
There's a door here and a door here, neither of which appear locked.
Okay. Do you want to check for needles?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and check for traps on this one.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
That's 27.
27. Does not appear trapped.
And I'll go ahead and while I'm over here, check this one for traps too.
There you go.
Just in case.
And as soon as he's done, I'll open this one.
25.
Okay. No, neither door appears trapped. Gus, peering into this room, appears empty. You don't see anything of note inside of it, except for attached to the wall back here is another one of those metal rings where manacles could be attached.
I'll poke my head in there.
Lucius walks closer to the to this anchor point and says, "What the hell is with all like? This wasn't a prison. Like it used to be a prison, or maybe it isn't anymore. Like I don't." Like what use would a prison be this far down?
Well, I can tell you right now that all those oubliettes were probably part of the original construction, so it wasn't a prison might be a bit of an overstatement.
Secret prison for secret prisoners caught by secret police.
Gus, opening this door?
Yeah.
Same deal in this room.
Boss do that kind of thing?
Looks like a empty room. You see attached to the wall here where there is one of those manacle loops, and there's a door on the opposite side of the room.
Right. Poke my head in there. Any
So
magic in the
Scrappy
room?
over to the door.
Scrappy's opening the door?
No, he's just going to the door.
Okay.
And then if no stalactite monsters fall on top of him, I'll come over and search for traps.
Wishful thinking. What kind of hack DM would actually use a trapper? What's next? An executioner's hood?
That's a 28 on... I'm sorry, that's an 18. What am I saying? An 18 on investigate.
Okay. You see where on this side of the door is another one of those needle trap mechanisms.
And I'll mention that. Okay, this is another one. We don't want to open it from the other side because it'll fire needles. That is the one. It's safe to open from this side, right?
Yes, you could open it from this side safely.
Swing it out and you can at least take a look out there.
Who's doing that? Lucius?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Gus?
I mean, Scrappy can open doors.
Right.
It looks out onto a ledge, into a small room, and you can turn left when you do. Or, I'm sorry, you turn right. There's another door here, another door to the left, and some stairs leading down.
Okay, so we've seen the other side of that door.
Lucius is going to back out and go around this side.
Okay.
I'm going to uncover the continual flame on the back of Scrappy right now so we can get a better light as I search this door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and give me that roll. And Gus and Scrappy, you can see the rest of this little chamber. And there's another door right here.
It's at 21 on investigate.
21. No traps on that door.
Okay.
So,
This door here, looking at it, the door is very badly broken. You can see where it's been battered through. And you see one of these beams laying on the floor, like the kind that was used to brace the door to the sleeping quarters. On the floor here, you see no small amount of dried blood covering the whole hallway area.
Lucius knocks on this door, and calls to the others. Is there another one of those needle mechanisms on this door as well?
Let me check.
Lucius, the mechanism's on your side, so opening the door from Alex's side would not be safe.
Yeah, no. Lucius knocks on the door.
Yeah, I found the things. I'm not going to open it.
Okay, yeah. Lucius will come back.
Your
around
side should be
through
safe.
Oh. Okay then, yeah.
Just marking it with the
Little
safe
arrows.
direction.
I'm gonna open this door.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
let's
it's
just come through the door.
another little empty room. And you
So-
can see on the back wall and on the floor of this room where there are 2 metal loops where manacles and chains could be connected to.
So, who would have built this prison?
Whatever king was building the sewers, either they decided to do it, or through ineptitude or maliciousness, someone else did it under them.
I mean,
Like again, the oubliettes at least are part of the original construction. So,
it happened so long ago, it's probably not even relevant.
can
I
we see
doubt
anything
that.
through this broken door with Scrappy's light?
You can see part of the hallway beyond.
Mhm.
And you can see where it opens up back out into a north flowing artery.
Is the door broken in such a way that we can open it, or is it like the can't open anymore because the bar's in the way?
No, the bars are discarded on the floor. It looks like they
Okay.
did here kind of what Gus did in the previous room. No, with a trivial amount of work, you could finish breaking or open up this door. Wouldn't be difficult.
I think we should be nice and repair it.
Yeah, I'll fix it on the way out. Help Scrappy open the door.
Okay.
Everybody go through,
And coming out,
and then I'll have Scrappy I'll have Scrappy hold all the pieces of the door in place as I cast mending with my smith's tools for a minute.
and looking to your left, the artery flows. Actually, it's flowing south, not north. The water's coming from this direction, and there's a large iron, very badly rusted portcullis to the north, allowing the water to pass through, but probably not any of you. Even the gnomes would have difficulty squeezing between the bars. On the other side of the artery, you see another ledge, and to the south, you see the bridge spanning the gap.
This portcullis you described, I'm assuming it's this right here.
Yeah, this.
And do the bars extend up on the? Are they
Yes.
on the walkway? Okay.
If get Scrappy over there for some more light, do I see any mechanisms to raise it?
On this side here,
I mean, I think the continual flame should be bright enough that I can see the whole portcullis if he comes all the way over there.
yeah, I'll give you some beyond that there. You see where a mechanism might once have been to operate the portcullis from this side, attached to this wall and this wall over here.
Yeah.
But they've been severely damaged. And there looks like to be parts missing. It doesn't look like it's operable anymore.
All right, I could probably. Do I think I could repair that with some time?
The
Like,
mending
I'm
cantrip
talking
doesn't...
days. Yeah, not mending. I'm saying actually get out my smith's tools and start.
You would have to
Yeah, my tinker-
identify missing parts and come
Yeah.
back with materials.
I mean, I can fabricate them parts out of materials. So
Okay.
On the other side over here, are there similar operators, levers,
Yes.
thingies?
But again,
Are-
they've been damaged and dismantled.
Can you make a Smith's Tools check on that for me, Alexander, and tell me if you think it weighs more than 500 pounds?
sure. On the portcullis.
Yeah.
Well, that's a smith tools of double my plus int. 24.
Yeah, without it's obvious that it weighs way more than
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure that much iron's gonna weigh a lot. Let's not scrap you over here.
Okay.
Long way around.
On the other side, there's another one of these little holes here.
Mhm.
The wall comes down south, and there's a hallway that goes in here, ending at a wooden door.
All right, let's do my thing.
Love doing a thing.
We have no children for you to shoot, though.
That's investigate of 31.
That's high.
That is a high
It
number.
said it was my thing.
The door appears untrapped, but
Huh?
it is locked. There's a keyhole.
Can I go ahead and try and pick it?
Sure.
pick at your nose. Sorry. I heard that on the Netflix.
That's only a 17.
17.
No, it's Dex 19.
So after a few moments, you pop the lock on the door without having the key.
Not to Gus.
But that's breaking and entering.
What are the chances that, like, I could? How thick are these bars?
What's the question?
What is the chances I could bend them enough to get at least some of us through? Just wondering.
We have to be playing second edition. There's no bend bars, lift gates rule in this edition.
Okay, got you.
No, I don't know. You haven't gone to examine them. You've just...
Okay,
Is that what you'd like to do?
we'll do that in a minute. We're going to check this room out first, apparently. I will open the door.
Opening the door,
Oh.
It's a very sparsely furnished sleeping quarters. You see a brazier here that is unlit. You see an actual constructed bed with a straw mat, a stuffed mat laying on top of it. And some simple linens and things. On the other side of the room, you see an empty wash basin. Let me draw that in for you. It defaults to white. I'm going to use a different color so you can actually see it. There is an empty wash basin in one of the corners. You see some hooks on this back wall here with some basic clothing hanging from them. Some cloaks. You see 2 pairs of good boots sitting on the floor under them. And a few folded pairs of trousers. A few shirts. A couple of pairs of gloves. All sized for a human.
Scotta's bedroom, you guys think?
Untouched for a month, or is there like an accumulation of dust or such on it?
I mean, there's grime all throughout the place.
Is there any other, like...
Any magic?
There's a door in the north wall here.
Oh.
How long have you had Detect Magic up? Are you recasting it?
Well, I've recast it once. It was when we were walking on our way here from here. So I figure it takes, I don't know, a few minutes to get here. And then the 1 minute that he cast Mending, so like 5 minutes by now?
Okay. You detect... Actually, maybe you don't. No, you don't detect any magic in the room. But
Go
there is
ahead
a wooden
and check
door.
that door for traps.
What is Alex's passive perception?
10.
10. Okay, go ahead and make that roll. What's Lucius want to do?
Lucius wants to cast Prestidigitation on one of the boots hanging beneath the clothes and see how much of that he's able to clean off.
It's a 31.
Pristine boot.
Okay. 31, no. There's no traps on the door. The boots themselves don't appear to be dirty or grimy. They appear worn. They appear used. But they also appeared well cared for.
That tells me that there's someone that we are going through something that's been inhabited recent. More than just a month.
What's next?
Well, if prior practice is any indication, they'll be by to shoot Florian shortly.
Invisible
You might want to get in here.
I'm
How did
still
I get-
invisible.
Do we know that he's not in here? For all I know, he is.
He could be.
Florence, what's your passive stealth? Because if you have a dex bonus, I have no idea where you are.
It did be whatever plus 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have no idea where Florian is.
Gus is going to open the door.
Gus.
Lucius might know where Florian is based on passive almost.
I'm moving Florian around instead of my
No,
revealing.
stop it. No.
Whisper knows where Florian is.
I already
Gus.
killed Florian once. Stop.
The state of this room is similar to the other ones that you've opened. It appears that at one point there could have been chains or manacles attached to the left wall. Here's what's in the room now. In this area of the room is a small desk and a simple chair. And sitting on the desk is a kind of largest trunk, like a chest. And it has on the front of it 2 heavy padlocks. In this area of the room is some kind of bizarre wooden structure. Are you trained in nature or animal handling?
No, because Gus doesn't like animals.
Okay, so that's what you see in the room.
Opinions? What is that? And I point.
I'm trained in nature. Can I take a
I'll
check?
allow either a nature or animal handling check.
I swear, the second Mahogany leaves the campaign, suddenly animal handling checks all around.
It's a 16 on nature.
To be fair, the only animals that are native to Sigil are those friggin' porcupine assholes. What was the nature?
16.
The structure appears to be an artificial hive made out of wood and straw and a few other materials you'd have to run some alchemical tests to be certain of.
Like for wasps?
Not sure.
How big is it? Like in terms of like the scale of the things moving in and out of it?
You don't see anything moving in and out of it, but yeah, it's a good 10 feet by 10 feet square. It's set up off the ground, enough that one of the gnomes might be able to squeeze into the space underneath it.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
Let's send Scrappy in there to get a better look.
Okay.
Get some light on the subject.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Dude, this gnome back here is super good without going in there.
I'm going to remind you again, Florian is still invisible.
How invisible?
Not greatly.
I rolled.
I mean, he's literally walking along. It's like, I am still invisible, you know.
He says it every few moments.
Very
No,
loudly.
no. See, get your ass back, Florian. I won this round.
No!
Gustavus.
Yeah, I rolled
Are
a
you
14.
there?
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 14 too.
Fuck's sake, I'm on a 13.
Are you guys having initiative wars?
No.
We are? Yeah, apparently.
I take full responsibility for starting this. Back
We're
in
all
the last campaign.
high-fiving me and Florian up here. We're having a great time. Oh, come on. Get that thing out of there.
Rick has been on fire with initiative this campaign.
I think it's a lie.
You think I'm cheating on my rolls? That's a bold accusation, my friend.
Right. It's not cheating when the DM does it.
Frick, you know there's only
Exactly.
20 sides on the die, right?
He's got one of those D100s. I don't like... So they're all invisible, but I don't like the number of times I saw a little yellow counter come down.
They're invisible?
Yeah, because they're in the...
No, Florian's invisible.
Yeah, now they're visible.
The
No.
size of the creature that emerges from the hive, it's an enormous insect. About the size of, if you place both of your thumbs together, that's the thorax of this thing. And it has these wicked little sharp legs and this long scorpion-like hooked tail and these dragonfly wings. And a fair number of them emerge. How many emerge?
1d1.
1,000.
And they don't
No.
seem... I mean, Scrappy's comes up onto the thing. What is Scrappy doing to this structure?
Just giving us some more light.
Just giving some light? Alex, are you trained in animal handling?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make that check, please.
That's a 5.
You know that there are some insects in the world that respond to light in certain ways. But this is one of those Yalari classes that you sat through and was just so bored.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Is that why you're trained in animal handling?
they're going
Yeah,
to
it's actually. It was the free Yalari proficiency.
completely ignore Scrappy. This one's going to be leaving Scrappy's threat range.
Scrappy can make an attack.
Yeah, he can.
Can
That
and will.
attack hits a 17 on AC
That hits.
Squish the bug. Squish.
for 4 force damage. No, 5 force damage.
Sorry, that was 5?
Yeah.
And Scrappy tries to bat this thing out of the air, and it's bloodied, but not dead. These things are enormous. Gus,
Yeah.
let's have fun.
Okay.
I have a 10 to hit you.
No. You're gonna need about 50% more.
Gus.
Yep.
I have a 14 to hit you. I'm sorry, a 15 to hit you.
No.
That was 50% more.
Okay, oh, wait, you're gonna need 100% more. Excuse me.
Gus.
Yeah.
I have a 15 to hit you.
No.
Gus.
Uh-huh.
I have a 14 to hit you. These enormous dragonflies emerge from the hive as the light from Scrappy's back illuminates it, and they buzz out towards Gus. And they're just harrying about your face. One of them is kind of lopsided. Its wing has been damaged from Scrappy taking a swipe at it.
Uh-huh.
And as you're watching, more emerge from the hive. And that's going to bring us to Seeker.
All right. Would you mind picking those up and then dropping them again so that they're visible? Ones in the hive. Thanks. All right. I am going to head over here, and I'm going to target these 4 and then these 2.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Slow. So I'm going to need them to each make me a Wisdom DC 16 saving throw.
Okay.
I'll be real, I was expecting sleep.
They have just too much HP that this is better.
Yeah.
So that's 6 of them, and I'm looking
Yeah.
for 16.
16.
I have 1 pass.
Alright.
Who passed?
The one that took damage.
So this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of them are...
And-
I'm going to flip them to... Why can't I flip them? There we go.
The rest of them asleep. They can attempt to make that saving throw at the end of their turns.
Fair enough.
Until then, let me just do the real quick rundown again. That's a -2 to AC and Dex saves.
Mhm.
Can't use reactions. They can use either an action or a bonus action, but not both. They can only make 1 attack during their turn, even though they've only been doing that so far. There's some spellcasting stuff that I won't go into. And then, yeah, they can make that at the end of their turns.
Okay. And moving or staying put?
I am backing back around this corner.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Florian. Wait, I can't see Florian. Where is he? Is Florian here?
No, he's not. Ah.
Before he just left.
Florian's talking to the judge.
See, the problem is that Gus is in my cone.
Don't
fire.
let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. We
Gus,
would have had this
fire.
discussion.
Why are you in my cone?
Move and make a different cone.
Yeah, I guess I could. I could miss the one on Gus and do a 15-foot cone from here, huh? Yeah. That's the ticket. I'll do that.
So a 15-foot cone from this position would give these 3. Is that the intent?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing?
Burning Hands at level 3.
Okay. Does Burning Hand say it reaches around corners?
It does not.
Okay. So you can't get this one, and you're not going to hit Scrappy.
Yep, that's fine. But it is a Dexterity 15 saving throw, please, to which you have -2 because they're slowed.
Yep.
3 passes.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
They're real good attacks. I figured wisdom.
I figured that they have like 10 hit points. This is probably going to get them.
Oh yeah, true.
That is... It's half on a save, so 15 half is 7.
7.
7 fire damage.
There you go. All 3 of them. Their thoraxes crack and burst and split open, and they fall to the ground dead. Moving or staying put?
Do I want to eat the opportunity attack? I do.
Okay.
Why not?
25 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Burning Hands have a verbal component.
Yes, they do.
Florian.
Yeah.
The thing, I mean, you brace yourself. You know that there's a minute ago there's a cloud of these things swarming around Gus. And you drop 3 of them and back away. You figure there's a chance you might get stung. You don't get stung.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you feel rapid piercing all around your face, and it starts burning badly. And you realize this thing has poked your lips and sewn them completely shut. Take 1 point of piercing damage. You may no longer talk or cast spells with V components.
I remember these things from getting hit with this bullshit from something. I can't remember which character it was, but I remember this.
And you move back there.
Yep.
Now you can't talk.
Oh, he's not invisible. He attacked.
He's not invisible anymore. That's going to bring us to Alexander.
Move to here. Chug a vial of acid onto that hive.
At the hive itself, you're not trying
Yep.
to hit the creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do that. Make a ranged attack roll.
Yep. That hits an armor class of 8, but it's a pretty big object, so.
Okay, and yeah, the vial of acid bursts, and you see it melting away, and the acrid smoke is rising up out of it as it bubbles away and does its work. But it's a small vial, and it's a big structure.
That's 5 points of acid damage.
Okay.
5, 10. Let's see, I moved up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Move back to here. Scrappy's going to fall back and try and swat at this one.
Okay.
7 on armor class.
7 does not hit.
Okay, that's the end of our turns.
It's going to bring us to Gustavus.
Gus is going to, and he stays here, right?
Yes.
Okay, Gus is going to stand here. Would you describe this hive as a flammable object?
It looks like the structure is made out of wood and some other papery kind of materials.
Hi, yes. I'm going to hit it with a firebolt,
Okay.
which ignites flammable objects.
Okay.
So when Gus said, "Oh,
That's a wasted crit.
Is it though?
I don't know.
The amount of fire damage you do actually matters. Structures do have hit point totals.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, I get 4 dice.
That's right.
Do you still get the cantrip scaling with Magic Initiate?
yeah, you
Yes.
get cantrip scaling however you get a cantrip."
Okay.
So that is 11, 19, 23 fire damage, and it is ignited.
And you do ignite a large, like 1/4 of the object. It goes up in flames and starts smoking in all directions. And you hear a couple more cracks and pops from inside as some of the insects as well must have caught fire. Moving or staying put?
Good call.
I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to stay put.
Alright, it's going to bring us to Lucius.
Lucius is going to... I draw a bead. There's no real good. Can I draw a line? Here, let me see. Can I draw a line of sight to say that? Would you give me line of sight for that one right there?
Yeah, it goes through that doorway. The door's open.
Okay, then I am going to fire an Eldritch Blast at this guy,
Okay.
at this thingy. And that is a 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
Looking at... 14 force damage.
That's enough for him. Blow him to smithereens.
And second shot, I'm going to take a shot at that one then.
And the Eldritch Blast can hit different targets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a 6 to hit.
That hits.
25, I'm sorry. 6 damage. 6 force.
6.
The other one.
And it is bloodied.
Lucius is going to scoot back over this side.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
That's going to bring us to my boys. So this man is slowed. This man is slowed.
Did that move through Scrappy's threatened area?
He didn't move out of Scrappy's threat range. He's in it, though.
Yeah, okay.
Gus,
Yep.
how you doing?
I'm fine.
I have a 9 to hit you. I have a 19 to hit you.
Take
Nope.
disadvantage on that one from Scrappy.
It
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
hit.
Yep.
You guys crosstalk there. What's happening? With that
It doesn't hit me.
Doesn't hit. I have an 18 to hit you.
No.
And I have a 13 to hit you.
No.
As another swarm of these creatures emerge, and 4 more exit the hive from the parts that are not burning. And that's going to bring us to Seeker.
Alrighty.
I have some 10 hit points.
Good work. I am going to... I think I'm just going to try to take out the one that's directly on Gus.
Okay, with what?
Ray of Frost.
Do it.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
4. $14 cold damage.
And that's enough to drop the one on Gus's stupid face. Any moving or staying put?
No, I'm good here.
Got bug guts in my mutton chops.
It's going to bring us to Florian.
Dodging.
Dodging?
Do you have any spells without verbal components?
Oh, I have friends.
I don't know, man.
You
I've-
sure do,
I've-
buddy. You sure do.
I've heard Seeker say some real cold shit today.
Second question: do you have a knife?
For some inexplicable reason, friends is a non-verbal spell. But that's it. So dodge.
So you're
You
in
just
that
slip
square?
over fiver.
Dodging in that square?
Yeah.
Alex,
Let's take a shot at this one.
with your gun.
Yep. Hits an armor class of 19
That's good.
for 12 piercing damage.
And that's enough.
Take a shot at this one.
Okay.
It's an armor class of 20 something for a lot.
Okay. How much damage?
21.
And that's enough for him.
And Scrappy will take a swipe at this one.
Sure.
No, that's a natural one. That's the end of our turns.
That was a natural one on Scrappy's attack, not your fire.
Yeah.
Okay. And Scrappy's ending his turn there. That's going to bring us to Mr. Gus.
Mechanics question, because I actually ruling, because I don't actually think there's anything in the the raw text about ignited objects.
Mhm.
Does
They,
the
they
fire
continue to take
spread?
fire damage on its turn. It's just, this is a very large object, and you just hit it with a firebolt.
Well, I know, but is it going to spread, or is it going to just burn that?
It's going to consume the whole thing eventually, but probably not in the next 6 seconds.
Gotcha. Just wondering. I'm going to walk over here.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the chest.
Grab the chests, do you? Make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha. That is a 12.
So there are handles on either side of the chest.
Right.
Your intention is to take the chest and pick it up and carry it out of the room. Is that right?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
and then shut the door behind me.
You put your hands on the handles. And when that happens, you feel your palms and the insides of your fingers and your thumb adhere to the handles as though they had been sewn there with needle and thread. And that's when you notice that the actual chest is attached to the table, and the table is attached to the floor.
Ah, gotcha.
And you cannot move it.
All right.
And you cannot remove your hands from the handles of this chest.
All right.
You still have an action, technically.
Yeah.
Do you have any non-somatic spells?
Let me see what Warcaster says, because
Warcaster, I believe, lets you use somatic components if you're holding like a weapon or a shield or something.
Yeah,
Right.
let's use that as a focus, but...
You're in a position where you cannot use somatic components. I think there's a sorcerer meta magic that allows you to cast somatic component spells without the somatic components. I think.
it says it's worded you can perform the somatic components even when you have weapons or a shield in one of both.
You don't have a weapon or a shield in your hand.
Right?
You have
No. Yeah. Just double checking.
I'm so happy someone triggered this trap.
What have I been doing all dungeon?
Well, I was going to grab it and leave, and it was going to be fine.
Is it
Guess
fine?
what? It's not fine. It's not fine.
I don't put a lot of thought into most of my traps. Most of them are just like, needles or what. Because that's what happens is Destil rolls and he finds them all and he disarms them. But once in a while I put a trap in. I'm like, I hope they hit this one. I've done that maybe 2 times this campaign and Gus hit them both. He was upside down in the water pit and now he's holding on to the terrible chest. God bless him.
I'm glad I could make you feel better.
Oh,
That's
so
what I'm
happy. You can't move. You have an action you can use at some if you.
Okay, I actually have a spell I can use.
Okay.
I'm going to use Lightning Lure on this guy.
Lightning lure.
That's really verbal only?
Yeah. He
Nice.
needs to make me a DC 12 save. Strength save.
Strength save.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. So he's going to take 2d8. Yeah, 2d8 lightning damage.
Never seen this spell used before. It's a cantrip with no somatic component. Very useful in exactly this situation.
He's here now, and he takes 6 lightning damage.
So he's bloodied.
Yeah, just verbal. I don't know.
So Gus, you are restrained at this point.
Right.
That's going to bring us to Lucius.
Lucius looks at Florian, pulls out a knife. Yes or no?
The silence is deafening.
I mean, you can't expect Florian to answer that.
Nod your head, idiot.
Florian shrugs.
Lucius reaches out, grabs him by the back of his hand, and then goes to slit the where his mouth has been done.
Florian, take
Yeah.
1 point of slashing damage. Lucius, you're going to have to spend another action doing that exact move, and you can free Florian's mouth.
Okay, that's the end of my turn then.
That's going to bring us to Alexander.
Okay, are these both bloodied, the 2 that are still next to, Gus?
No, just the one
Wait,
that
that
he was
was
lightning lured.
Lucius.
Oh yeah, it's your Seeker. Wait, is it... the
Oh,
bad
you're right.
things?
That was Lucius's turn. We're back at the top. I skipped all my guys.
I mean, you can do that. That's fine.
In retrospect.
Gus,
Uh-huh.
how you doing?
Is
I'm
it fine? Is it
No,
fine?
Yeah, no, I'm alright.
Looking forward to that.
Go ahead and take disadvantage on one of those from Scrappy Deflect attack.
Okay, so the first one misses.
Which will cancel out the advantage from being restrained.
This is an edge case from the ruling. I'm going to have to actually read the wording of deflect attack. I put a bookmark in the Eberron book right on the class features from... Oh, no, I didn't. It was on some other page entirely. Never mind.
Whoopsie doodle.
Florian, your verbal only spell or verbal negative spell is friends, which is ironic. Not as ironic though as my non-verbal spell, which is minor illusion, which I can use to make noise.
Imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender. Okay, so yes, deflect attack would work in this case. So the first one misses.
Yeah.
Sorry about banging my desk there, but I'm very excited to roll against Gus with advantage now.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Gus,
Yeah.
I have a 21 to hit.
That is my exact AC. Yes.
Okay, and your mouth is sewn shut.
Would that work if I'm wearing a helmet? Because I am in plate mail.
Oh, you're... I mean, I hate your armor class.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I was just wondering. This thing would be very difficult.
Do you walk around like a Bane mask on?
I mean, it's like a full plate helmet.
Yeah, but it has holes that you can breathe that they can attack you through. I hate your armor class, dude.
I'm just wondering.
Do you really want to pick at this thread?
No.
Gus.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Okay.
And your
Pick
nose
at-
is sewn shut, and you can no longer breathe.
Red.
You've got a good Constitution score, right?
Number
Yeah.
3 is a 10 to hit. Number 4 is a 24 to hit. And your right
both
eye
are
is sewn shut. Last one. No, that was all 5. Never mind. 2 of them missed. So you cannot breathe. So if you don't fix this problem, it's a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, they buzz around your head, and you feel them sneaking their tails up into the. So you're wearing like a full kettle helmet with the little slats in there.
Yeah.
But it has mouth holes and eye holes, which is what they're attacking you through. And your face just burns. Go ahead and take 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Seeker.
Yeah, I don't have burning hands, but I do have access to burning hands. So I'm gonna take out my knife and I'm gonna help out Lucius, cutting Florian free.
Florian, take 1 more point of slashing damage, and your mouth is free. And the threads, this is not like an Abe's Oddworld kind of thing. Like, the threads are so tight and so minute, and the sinewy material they're made of, like, it's not possible to open them up without cutting Florian's lips bloody. Florian,
Hey,
you're having a real bad day.
That's what healers are for. I'm gonna pat Florian on the back and say, "I wouldn't worry about hitting Gus, buddy." And I'm going to back around this corner.
Florian, how mad are you?
Yeah.
He's got no lips now. He looks like Jim Carrey in that Fire Marshal skit.
Oh my god, bringing back the 90s, yo.
That is a deep cut.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
That's why he doesn't have no lips.
You're welcome.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Keep in mind that one that's upside down is slowed, so you can walk away from it.
Cool. More burning hands.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to burn all the things.
Are you burning Gus?
Yeah.
Well,
And my DC is what?
15.
I have 4 passes, so which one of them failed?
The one on Gus. Or have any of them been damaged?
One of them is bloodied, yes.
One of them is bloodied.
This one's bloodied. Because that's the one I pulled towards me.
No, I shouldn't make it the bloodied one, huh? I'm gonna do the one in front of me. No, I'm gonna do the one on Gus. I was right the first time.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
All right,
Or high.
that is 16, so 8 for saved.
And it didn't matter if they passed or failed to save, because that's enough to kill them anyway. And all of them burn to death, and Gus takes
16.
is burned as well, cooking alive in his plate mail.
Gus is like stomping really hard. And
So, Gus, you can't breathe. One of your eyes is sewn shut. Your face is burning with the stings of these things, and you can't move from this spot. He's just stamping the ground frantically.
like a very angry, large toxic
And
gas.
the other half of the room is, this whole structure is burning and filling the room with smoke.
Are we hearing buzzing still?
No.
All right. I'm gonna head in. Does it look like Gus is like magically attached to this chest, or does it look like?
Looks like he's just holding it.
Can I grab Gus's arm and pull it off the chest?
Make a strength check.
All right. I'd get Gus to help me on this, but
Do you want Scrappy's help?
Scrappy can do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, let's have Scrappy try it.
Try to pull him away.
That's a strength of 21.
21. Roll a d6.
One.
Lucius.
Gus, take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Scrappy goes to pull Gus away. Gus, like, you feel something pop in your arm. Like, you're adhered to these handles with such force. Not only can Scrappy not break your grip and drag you away, but in so doing, he has wounded your arm. If you tried this much more, you risk dislocating joints.
Lucius pulls his helmet off, and Lucius lifts up the knife and goes to cut his mouth free.
So he's got a mouth, his nose, and one of his eyes.
He can breathe with the mouth open. That's what I'm going for.
Just the mouth? Okay, so go ahead and take 2 points of
now.
slashing damage, Gus. As he opens up and bloodies your lips.
Can I try and investigate this trap and figure out what the mechanism behind it is?
Sure, go ahead and make that roll.
That's 26.
26. There is no physical reason that Gus shouldn't just be able to let go of this chest.
Break the handles off. Use a crowbar. Pop them off. Like wrench them off.
Yeah, I'll try and get a crowbar in there without actually touching the chest.
There's no way
See
to
if I
fit a
can't-
crowbar in between the handle and the chest because Gus's hand's in the way. You'd have to, you'd be breaking his knuckles if you put a crowbar in there and applied any leverage.
Can I get a pair of shears from my smith's kit and try and sever the handles?
Cut off his fingers? I mean, that would work.
Well, there's no space on like the handles themselves aside from his
Where the
hands.
Can you
Go ahead,
take the
Make a dexterity thieves tools check.
Thieves tools? Okay.
if this doesn't work, can you take the
Natural one.
Natural one.
pins out of the thinking like the hinges on the handles, or are they just nailed in?
All
That's-
attempts
that's-
of dismantling the box appear to fail.
Still a 10.
For some
but,
reason,
yeah.
your tools are not up to the task. Dismantling the box doesn't seem to be in the
Do you have another Dispel Seeker?
I do.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty tapped, and we should probably head back up to the surface after this, regardless.
Yeah, I'm just curious about something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't want to.
I'm gonna try investigating this room. I'm gonna go search over through the hive and see if there's anything interesting or valuable within it.
Go ahead and make that investigation check. I mean, are you doing this while it's on fire?
Can I get to the back of it where it isn't burning yet?
You can, but you're not going to have more than a minute or two to look it over.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic first.
Okay.
What kind of magic is the box radiating?
Abjuration.
Huh. Okay.
And Gus is radiating illusion magic.
See, that's the answer I was expecting.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go over and talk to, grab Florian and Lucius, and go over there and talk to Alexander. And I'm gonna say, I think the
Well,
box.
before that, Alexander, what was your investigation check?
13.
13. Looking at the structure, it's pretty clear that it's like a fake hive.
Mhm.
And some of these creatures, you find a couple specimens that are more or less intact, but are nonetheless dead because of the fire. And looking one of them over, it seems to have... You can't tell if it's an actual live insect or if it's been built. It almost looks like it looks like an insect. Like it has insect's wings and a thorax, but looking at the parts of it that have attacked Florian's and Gus's face, you would swear that some mechanism built it. It's very intricate work.
I'm gonna grab like 3 of the most intact bodies and shove them in my bag
Sure. Gross, but sure.
for study in my lab.
And now,
Is there
Seeker,
anything
you're up.
magical in there?
You mean is the hive radiating magic?
Anything in the hive?
There is magic radiating in the hive, but it's fading very, very quickly as there are no more bugs left alive.
Okay, and I'm going to grab the others and just say, so I think what the problem is that the box has convinced him that he is attached to it. It's not that he's physically attached to it. Can you guys think of some way we can convince him that he's not attached to it?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Alcohol? And
That is
Florian-
a 20.
The nature of illusion magic, knowing this with your Arcana check, the nature of illusion magic is such that you can't be reasoned out of something that illusion magic got you into.
Oh, I'm not saying we reason with him.
No argument is going to convince him he can let go of the box. If he's under the influence of a spell, you have to get rid of the spell.
Gus is over here just pulling to the left and to the right.
Okay. And the box doesn't budge and your hands don't come free.
So what's the solution?
Dispel magic.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to dispel it. The only
Wait.
thing I'm thinking is...
I've got an idea, Seeker.
Yeah.
Can you make another illusion of the handles coming off the box in his mind?
See, that's what I was thinking. But my second thought is, how big is that box?
Relatively large. Like if you think of like an old-timey like traveling trunk. Sitting up on
Does
the
it look
table.
like something that that the badger could move?
Examining the box, looking at it, you would expect a traveling trunk to have like binds at the corners, especially. Sometimes metal if it's an expensive one, just so they don't wear easily. And this one does, but as you examine it, you realize that these binds are welded to metal plates attached to the table, and
Okay.
the table itself has metal plates attaching it to the floor.
Alright.
So yeah, it looks like you can move the box on first glance. And that's
Like-
exactly why the trap works.
Guys, you know, if I'm going to have to stand here and do this, can you just come open the box, maybe?
Has 2 large
Can't do it with you
padlocks.
in the way.
You could. Just like reach around him in a loving embrace.
Love is something Lucius has been very.
I
short
don't
supply
want
right
anyone
now.
else touching the box just yet.
Right.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first try to disenchant the box itself, in the hopes that that'll let someone else interact with the box. Then, if that doesn't fix Gus, I'll disenchant Gus himself.
Why are you disenchanting me?
Because you're stuck to the box.
Well, okay, that makes sense. Because I am stuck pretty good here.
So you're casting Dispel Magic on the box?
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic first on the box and then on Gus.
At what level?
I've only got 3rd level, so...
Okay. Casting the spell on the box doesn't do anything.
Can I make the check? To see what it comes out as?
If you want.
Okay. Because the box itself was radiating abjuration, right? Like, if there is a spell effect on it somewhat.
Not necessarily. It could just be a magical box.
Well, I'll
You know
roll
what-
the thing. We'll find out what happens.
If you want to have a campaign where you can cast Dispel Magic to disenchant a magic item, you can start
Listen,
expecting to see every...
I'm rolling the dice, and whatever happens, happens.
I'm just saying Dispel Magic doesn't make magical items not magical anymore. The spell doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. And then I'm going to get Gus.
Okay.
I don't want to take the chance of leaving Gus stuck in here, though, so I'm going to use my second foresight die.
Okay.
So that is a 18. So unless that's a level 9 box, we got you, Gus.
Gus,
Plot
it
twist.
becomes abundantly clear that there is nothing holding you to this box. You're not adhered. Just there's a mental break in your mind that made you think there was. And you just loosen your fingers and pull yourself free from the box.
Yep. Can I borrow one of your knives?
Sure.
Yeah.
Lucius hands his over.
I'm gonna cut my nose free.
Take 2 more slashing damage.
Yep. I'm gonna leave the eye alone for now.
It looks cool.
With respect, maybe don't do that.
He already did it.
Do you think that So here's my question.
Yeah,
I gotta know what's in this box.
I know. Do you
So
think
here's-
there's some way to disassemble it without triggering that trap?
Well, I want to find out exactly what is on this box. So here's my thought.
Yeah.
You give me that pearl, Florian. I send my good friend Whisper over there,
Okay.
and I cast Identify on the box.
Using a spell slot.
Yes.
Okay. The box has powerful illusion magic on it. The magic is such that if you attempt to move the box, it discharges the effect into your mind that your hands are adhered to it. And that
Okay.
the box, as a secondary effect, becomes so heavy that even if you were to break it free from the table, you wouldn't be able to move it. It has a secondary effect, kind of just a litany of general keep out of my box kind of enchantments to prevent the box from being easily broken or having the locks popped off or like reaching into with an ethereal hand, this kind of stuff. Uncommon, but not totally unheard of. You could commission a box like this to make sure that magic, or at least more common types of magic, can't break into it.
Okay.
So it's hard. It's hard to take apart. It's hard to open. You can't reach through it with etherealness.
But the trigger for like the spell hitting you is attempting to move the box. Does that mean opening it, or does that mean literally trying to pick it up like Gus did?
The locks are different objects. You have to identify them separately. But the box itself, on top of just the general abjurations, has that illusion magic in the handles. That's the trigger. Grabbing the handles and trying to lift or drag the box away.
All right, I think it's worth casting Identify again on the locks. Find out what's going on with them.
Okay. Which one? There's 2 of them.
One on the left.
Okay. It is an arcane lock, but instead of a word requiring, it's like a modified arcane lock. Instead of a word, it requires the matching key. So think of like the disposable keys in like a Zelda game. 1 key, 1 door kind of situation.
Do I get a good idea of what the key looks like?
Sure. I
I
mean,
cast Locate Object looking for the key.
are any of you carrying a key?
That specific key.
Okay. Well, you don't know what that specific key looks like, no. But it would,
Okay, that's
it would
yeah.
have
That
to
was
look
my,
like a
that was what my
standard.
question was hoping for.
That
would
was why he was
have-
looking for that
Yeah.
question.
It would have to be some kind of standard key with teeth on one end. It wouldn't be something silly looking. But no, you
Is
don't know
anyone
what
carrying a
the
key? I know I don't have one.
So, with my knowledge of lock picking and whatnot, if I were to cast Identify on this lock, do I think I'd be able to figure out what the key should look like physically?
No.
Is anyone carrying a key? Because I can look for a key.
Because I mean, a key could look like literally anything. You might be able to determine the pattern of teeth to turn the tumblers in the lock, but the rest of the key could look like absolutely anything in the world. I mean, I got a key that looks like an American flag, and I used to have one that looked like a Powerpuff Girl. So
I'm not hearing anyone saying they have a key.
nope.
No, don't have a key.
So yeah, let's look for the closest key. What's the closest key within 1,000 feet? Which I did the math earlier for a different reason. Will hit anywhere in the dungeon.
Okay, and I'm not going
And
to
as
say
long as
there
it's
are.
not blocked by a thin sheet of lead.
I'm not going to say there are no keys at all in the dungeon, but the spell doesn't
But not-
do anything helpful in this situation.
Got it.
So
Okay.
what I'm saying is, if later in the dungeon you do find a key, I don't want to be like, aha, I got you, you asshole. I cast that spell 6 hours. I'm saying in this room, in this area, it's an enormous dungeon, and 1,000 feet in all directions is an incredibly vast space. So yes, you do find keys in that space, but none in this room.
Yeah. If we find a key later, it'll have a thin sheet of lead around it.
No, what I'm saying, Nodal.
No,
listen to me.
it's fine.
Nodal.
It's fine. It was just a joke. I promise. I'm fine. I'm not upset.
What if I actually made a lead-plated key? Made a key out of iron and then...
What's next? Let's move on. Let's go to the next thing. We've played with the box for like half an hour. What is next?
I think we're heading out, right?
Yeah, I don't have any solutions for this box.
What is there anything on the box to prevent us from just crushing the lid open?
Yes, abjuration magic. Nodal went through all of that already. What's next?
Okay, gotcha. I misheard. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, head back to the entrance.
Okay, so we're done in this room. We're going back to the entrance.
We're going back to the entrance. Can I give a quick locate object on our way back out to see if I can find a sword that looks similar to the one that we were described?
There isn't one that you can tell.
Okay.
Give me a second to save this map so we can.
That was what I had done the math earlier for. I was like, maybe we can find that sword. No. Unfortunate.
And load up. Go back to the entrance here.
So,
The good news is I'm good on level 1 spells again.
any further progress that we make on that is going to have to be by the portcullis, and we don't have a way to open that up.
Yeah, I can prepare the missing pieces with some time, I think.
Okay.
So I'd say we hang out in the tiny hut until the water clock counts down, and then get back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Head back, cast Tiny Hut.
Let's go ahead and take our break there for a minute. Let's reconvene in 15 minutes, and we'll pick it up at 6 o'clock.